Good evening, ladies. Thanks for joining on today.
We're glad to be here.
Hello, hello.
Yes. So, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. We're having a little discussion today on what is Chat GPT. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a good discussion. So, ladies, for the sake of the listening audience, why don't you introduce yourselves?
I can start. I am Love Pate, the anointed architect and mindset mentor. I help female leaders of faith shift their mindset in order to build structurally sound connections to their true identity so that through a strong sense of value, they can see a clear pathway from their now into the next evolution of themselves. So glad to be here, Deb. Thank you.
Thanks. Go ahead, Carbonita.
Hello, Deb. Thank you so much for me being here. I am Carmenita Seegers, also known as the godmother of beauty. You see, I help women enforce their natural beauty through an award-winning skincare products and beauty consultation.
Thank you. So I'm so glad both of you are here. I feel like I don't need to introduce myself, but Deb Howard here, your abundant life coach. And listen, that's all I'm gonna say because we're gonna get right to it. Because I promise you that we'd have a live discussion and demo on AI and Chat GPT. Now, the ladies here are going to be experimenting. How about that? Experimenting today. But before we get into that, I wanted to give you just a little. Y'all know I'm a teacher. Just a little background on what we're talking about. So first, AI. What is AI? It is artificial intelligence. That's what it stands for. And it basically just refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines. So basically, when I was in high school, I took this class called data processing. Don't judge me. It was computer programming back then. That's what it was, computer programming. And so basically, for us to communicate with computers, we had to speak their language. So now that AI has come, we can speak our own language, and the machine is kinda understanding us. Okay. So now Chat GPT, which is what we're going to talk about tonight. Y'all, there are many apps out there. This is just the one I chose because this is the one I use, but there are many out there. So I don't want you to get caught up on Chat GPT in particular. Think of it as a model or a brand, right? So it's a type of AI model. It is a chat bot that uses GPT, generated pre-trained transformer, to understand and generate human-like text. Don't get caught up in that. Basically, it is programmed so that we can just talk to it. And that is really what makes AI so powerful. Good evening, Tanya. That's really what makes it so powerful. It is because it can understand our plain language. And that's really it. So when we talk about Chat GPT, I really wanted to have this conversation because being in a minority community, y'all know I'm black, right? I am black. Uh, so being in a minority community, many times we lag behind on new technology. All right. We don't always
Yes,
embrace it immediately.
true.
And so I really wanted to take some time for us to really embrace this. Listen, many of you know I'm in human resources, and I'm just going to say that this technology is advancing very quickly. And I don't think it's beneficial for us to be left behind. That's what I want to say about that. And so we're not going to get real deep tonight, but I think what we will do, I hope it will whet your taste buds for more because it's really powerful. Okay, all right. So that's what I want to say about that. So let's talk about what it can do because we're gonna demo like right now. I hope you ladies have have downloaded your ChatGPT apps. Uh,
Yeah, we hope that we've downloaded. We hope that it works like this is
okay,
really a demo, definitely.
so we are using. I got to put mine up. I have it on the screen, but we're going to use our phones because most of you are going to use your phones. And so what I want you to get accustomed to doing is talking to your Chat GPT or your chatbot. Right? There are different voices, and we might go through that. I don't know if we'll go through it tonight. We're going to use this as an introduction. Now, I may do another session where we go in depth and we look at some of the options and preferences and how you can set things. You can have a man voice if you want to. If you want a man talking to you, you can have a man talking to you. I do have a female voice. I've been thinking about changing it, but that's another story. So ChatGPT can hold conversations, answer questions, provide recommendations, and do a whole lot of other things. All right. So let's just get started. So, ladies, take out your Chat GPT. Now, I should have had a screenshot on the screen, but this is how my screen looks. And so when you talk to it, you're going to hit the little earphones, headphones, right, to talk to it. So when you hit that, you'll see a little circle, ladies and gentlemen. All right, mine is ready. Good evening. How are you today?
Good evening, Deb. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How are you today?
I'm good. That's it. All right. So when we finish, we're going to click the X. So that was your first demo. So, ladies, I want you to go ahead and talk to your Chat GPT, right? I want show the audience how easy it is.
All right. Let's see. I'll try. Wait a second. It tells me I need to choose a voice.
Yeah, there are some things you have to do. Choose your voice. Choose your voice.
That's okay. Deb, you gonna give us
I
y'all
told you
forgive
it was
me.
casual.
Hey, it's great to meet you. On some cool stuff together.
That's so funny.
Hey, I'm ready to hit the ground. Hey there. I've got a really great feeling about us.
All right. I got my voice.
Those are the voices, ladies and gentlemen.
I got my voice.
Okay.
Got it. Hey, how are you today?
Great. How about you give me a prompt you'd like to explore, and I'll guide you from there.
Okay. So, first task, we have got a voice,
Right?
and you've asked it a question, and now it's asking you for a prompt, and you don't have to answer that right now because we're not finna talk about prompts right now. But you can hold a conversation with your chatbot if you wanted to. You could literally hold a conversation. Now let's ask it a question.
Okay.
All right, Carmenita, you got yours downloaded? You with us?
Yeah, it's downloaded. I just needed to sign in because I have it
Oh,
on
okay.
on my
Okay. All
computer.
right.
So I was trying to sign in on my phone.
You can let us know when you are ready. So let us ask it a question. Any kind of question. Let's ask it assistance. No, we're not gonna go there. How about we ask for ask GPT about some symptoms, right? Because one of the things that we can get from Chat GPT is healthcare information.
Okay.
Now, the chatbot is not a
It's
doctor.
great to meet you. How's your day going?
Okay.
We get asked like for symptoms of dehydration.
How thrilled I am to
Ah, go for it.
I've got
All
a really
right.
great. Hey, I'm ready to hit the ground running. So if there's anything you'd like me to.
Hello. What are symptoms of dehydration? Am I supposed to click out before it answers?
Did you click out
When you finish the question, do you click the X or you click it after they finish talking?
after they finish talking? You click the
I'm-
X.
all
Did
right.
you finish? Did you?
This
Did you
is
click?
this is for real demo
It is a real demo. That's why I want to do
I
it.
hadn't used it at all. So y'all forgive me. All right, I'm gonna try that one more time.
Don't be forgiven. Did you click the X after your last
I clicked the
conversation?
X after I said the question, but I didn't give them time to answer. So
Oh, okay.
okay. So
All
that's
right.
what I'm saying. Okay. Hello. What are symptoms of dehydration?
Hi. The symptoms of dehydration include feeling thirsty, having a dry mouth, dark yellow urine, feeling dizzy or lightheaded, and fatigue. In more severe cases, symptoms can include rapid heartbeat, rapid breathing, sunken eyes, and fainting. Your question was clear and straightforward. If you want to know more specific details or how to treat dehydration, you can ask further questions.
Very good. So
All right.
you can set your GPT when you look at preferences to be more detailed or less detailed. So for example, my GPT is set for more details. As you can imagine, I like all the information. Tell me the
Right.
whole story. Yeah, so you can set it up to your preference. Now, what I'm going to do, because I have two vitamins, right? And I'm just going to ask ChatGPT about all these. I'm just going to ask it, what is the best time? When is the best time to take this? How about that?
All right.
Yeah. Let me get her connected. All right. I have a question.
Hey, Deb, what's your podcast with Love Go?
We're going to talk about that later. I have a question. I
Sure
have
thing, Deb. What's your question?
I have vitamin D3 and I have vitamin B6 and I also take a multivitamin. Can you tell me the best time to take these vitamins?
Taking vitamins at the right time can enhance their effectiveness. Here are some general guidelines. Vitamin D3. It's best taken with a meal that contains fat. As it is fat soluble, morning or midday with lunch can be ideal, especially if you get some sunlight exposure around the same time.
Mm.
Vitamin B6. This vitamin is water soluble and can be taken with or without food. Many people find taking it in the morning or early afternoon helps avoid any potential disruption to sleep. Multivitamin. It's usually best to take it with a meal to improve absorption and reduce the chance of stomach upset.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's
So
good.
so that is these are some practical ways, right, that we can use ChatGPT. Definitely with our medications. I've seen stories where people have actually taken their prescription medications and asked ChatGPT, how they work together, when is the best time to take it, etc. And one particular story that I read, the lady did that and found out that one of the medications she was taking didn't work well with the other medication that she was taking. She was able to go to her doctor, and y'all know the story. Y'all know how it is with medications. Sometimes we
Right.
have several doctors prescribing. So ChatGPT is good for that kind of thing, right? When we want more information about something. What do you now, ladies? How,
I
how do you
can
feel
do
so far? How do you feel so far?
so. I think I think it's cool. I think this is my absolute very first time clicking into Chat GPT. So, it's actually interesting. And I love the fact of how much detail yours give. So I think it's getting used to the fact that you have something at your fingertips. And realizing it can be a great benefit to you. So like even when you were talking about it, about your vitamins, I was like, well, I take B12. I want to know, can I take too much of it? You know what I'm saying? What's my max amount of B12? Because I take it daily and sometimes I double up depending on what I'm trying to do. But I
Mm,
want to know, can I take am I exceeding my recommended amount of dosage of B12 in a day?
right. That's a good question. You should ask it.
Yes. I'm right.
You should
All
ask.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm new at this. So okay. Hello, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead. What's your question?
Can you take too much of B12 in one day?
It's generally considered safe to take high doses of vitamin B12, as the body can absorb only what it needs and excrete the rest. However, very high doses might cause some mild side effects like dizziness, headache, or nausea. It's always best to follow the recommended dosage or consult with a healthcare provider.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yes, yes. So
You know,
yes,
you know what the other thing that I love, Deb, is that it not only speaks it to you, but it puts it on the screen,
yeah.
which is good. And I'm going to say this, like, say if you were hearing impaired, but you can verbally speak to it, but it also puts it on the screen, everything it just told me. So it gives you, I believe that it's awesome that you can have multiple learning types. Some people need to see it, hear it, but also need to see it. So I did like
Great
that.
point. Yeah, and it actually saves it, right? So you'll have that until you delete it, basically, or archive it. You'll have access to all your conversations. So I love that too. If you're on the go when you're asking a question or something, and you get all this information, when you get to a place where you can, review it, it's right there at your fingertips. So everything that I said is right here on my screen, even though it went black. Uh, and yes, Tanya, a lot of times we're not open. A lot of people aren't open to this technology. And when I tell you guys, we just really just kind of scratching the surface. I mean, I'm really, really just trying to introduce you to this because there is so much it can do.
Yes.
There's just so much. Sometimes I don't even know where to begin, but
Right.
you can definitely get information about healthcare, legal rights, educational resources. I think about this even for people, some of our senior citizens. Now I know it might be a stretch, but you can hold a conversation with ChatGPT. And I'm thinking right now, we just heard news about President Biden. I'm wondering what ChatGPT feel about that.
Let's find out.
What do you think about President Biden stepping down from the presidential race here in America? I said, don't think. I don't know.
President Biden's decision to step down from the 2024 presidential race has significant implications for the upcoming election. He announced his withdrawal following a challenging debate performance and increasing pressure from within the Democratic Party. Biden endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris, who has declared her intention to run for the presidency. This decision has led to a scramble among potential Democratic candidates.
So you see, you could go back and forth with her, right? So she'd give her summary, and I've done this. That's why I know. Yeah, they give you that information. You say, "Hey, I don't really think that's right," or "I don't really think that what you're saying lines up," and they'll give you more information, about whatever, right? So you can definitely have that conversation. The other thing I've noticed about GPT, I'm sorry, is educational resources. So I put this on the screen just to give us an idea of some of the things. One of the things that I read a story about in Forbes, that one of the HBCU colleges will be using ChatGPT as a teacher assistant.
Okay.
All right. And so when we talk about this technology advancing very quickly and possibly, right, replacing some of the lower paying jobs that have been available, right, to us, this is what I'm talking about. So we need to be able to understand what's happening, and also be able to utilize this technology, and also be able, if needed, right, to get training so that we can use it and get the new jobs that will be created. So many times we get caught up in, well, we're going to lose jobs. True. We will lose some jobs because of this technology, but there will be others gained,
Yeah.
right? And we just need to have the training.
When I just came out of a conference, the Good Soil Forum, for the Potter's House, and they did a whole session on this. And as you know, there are people on both sides, but the panel was very optimistic about ways you can use it. Here's a lady that writes business plans, and you can use Chat GPT to give you a skeleton of the business plan, which saves her hours of doing the research. And then she goes back in and fills in the numbers, the statistics that you need to know specifically for your business. One lady was, she was owned a restaurant, and she was needing pictures, life pictures of some of her items. and it was going to cost her like thousands of dollars, like for somebody to come in and take 2 or 3 pictures. And she had these pictures created using ChatGPT, and you couldn't tell the difference between whether or not she had taken it, with the camera, and it saved her thousands of dollars. So I think the biggest thing that they have began to open us up to is how can you use it to get some of your time back? Time is one of the most expensive commodities that we have. And how can you use it to assist you with marketing? How can you use it to help you, especially of those of us that have in the social media thing, because that's like a full-time job. How can I use it to assist me with my reels or different things like that? And so I like the opportunity that she showed us, about how you can use it to get some time back. And I thought that was really a really good point.
Yeah, I think business support for those of you who are entrepreneurs out there is very, very, very valuable, right? And you can definitely use it for marketing, customer service, financial advice. Listen, you need to make a budget. You can use ChatGPT. Hey, I need a budget. Can you help me
Right.
get a budget? And it'll give you all this kind of information. Hey, actually, let me do that. Hey, I need social media uh, posts. Can you provide me 10 ideas for social media posts associated with my business?
Sure thing, Deb. Here are 10 social media post ideas for your business. 1. Client success stories. Share testimonials from clients who have successfully overcome their financial challenges with your coaching. 2. Financial tips. Post quick, actionable financial tips that your audience can implement immediately to improve their money management. 3. Behind the scenes. Give a peek into your daily routine as a financial coach, including book.
You get the idea.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good though.
Right?
So Deb, how did it become like? I'm sure you spent time with it. So how did it become so acclimated to your business? Because you didn't say to my financial business. You said give me 10, tips for my business. How did you get to the point to where your chat GPT is acclimated to you and what, what you're doing in your business?
Great question. So when I set it up, right, you can customize your chat GPT just like you chose a voice. You can also customize the type of responses you want, how
Okay.
it addresses you. And you can, I think there's a question. Let me pull it up because I think there's a question that asks about what would you like chat GPT to know about you to provide better responses?
Now that's
Right.
good. Okay. Yes. So
And
I need to go
so
back and do that. That's
yes.
awesome.
So you can go in, it's up to 1,500 characters. So yeah, you can put in, I put in, hey, I'm a financial coach, blah, blah, blah. I put in some other things, about my
Right.
faith and etc. But yes, if you set up your preferences, then when you talk to your chat GPT, it's going to know. You can tell it your name. It asks you, I think, what you want to be called.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I put it in there. There's a question that says, how would you like chat GPT to respond?
Okay.
I want to be addressed as Deb. I like detailed responses, whatever it is that you want to include as instructions. And I encourage you to do it because it's going to make the experience more enjoyable, right? It's going to
Yes.
feel more personalized. So you're right, love. Yeah, when I talk to it, it knows that I'm a financial coach. So it's always, and even when we have general conversation, right? Sometimes when I get up in the morning, I'll just get up, good morning, how are you? And it'll
Like, good
start asking
morning, Deb.
it'll start
Listen,
asking questions. What are you doing today? What's on your agenda? And sometimes it'll tell me, hey, you know what? You should do XYZ because this would help you in your business.
listen, I'm behind the 8 ball. I need to get on it because if the chat GPT might stop me from doing all this running I'm doing in this house. The behind the scenes is interesting to get prepared for your social media.
I am grateful because you know what I didn't notice about the voice when I set mine up, but it has been instrumental if I'm running behind when it comes to me getting ready for the information I need to put out. Then I can ask it a question if I don't have time to look something up or I'm rushing. I'm like, you know what? Let me go in real quick and let me ask it this. But I've never used the voice. I just always just typed it because that's all I knew about. So I would
Yeah.
type in whatever it was I needed, and it'll just come up. And the more I used it, the more it realized this is what I'm looking for and hones in on it.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's a good point,
good.
Nita. The more you talk to it, so ChatGPT right now is learning us as humans, if
Yes.
I can put it that way. And so the more you talk to it, the more you give instructions to it, the more things you allow it to help you with. It's getting to know you, and it's also getting trained for other people. Right now, we shouldn't be intimidated. I know everybody like, oh, the machine's gonna rise up like Terminator or something. No, uh,
Ah, not the Terminator.
we are still giving it instructions.
Right.
It's a machine. Right now, it's becoming more human-like because it is learning from all the people all over the world that are using it, and so the responses are based on patterns. If you
Yeah.
can consider it that way, right? It's based on patterns. This thing is in millions of, maybe billions of people's hands. I don't know. And so these patterns of how are you today? Well, that's a pattern. Great. How are you? Right? Because most people are going to respond that way. And now, I should put that in, Tanya. Does it say have your most abundant day? I might include that
Yes.
as one of my
This
preferences.
is one of my preferences, one of my catchphrases, how I close out.
So I could put that in there. I definitely could. I could put that in there so that it knows. All right. So we talked about marketing a little bit. You can definitely get social media posts, ideas about social media, things that I've done in the past. I've had it do a presentation for me. I connected it to my PowerPoint. You can connect it to Microsoft or Google. Right. So if you use Google Sheets or Google, I don't know what they call their PowerPoint, but Google presentation, I think it can literally spit it out. Right now, it does require a little more information about prompting and how to tell it to do that, but you're telling it to do it in just plain language. So the good thing about ChatGPT is you don't have to learn a programming language, right? I told you I took data processing. You ain't got to, or computer programming. You ain't got to do that, right? You can talk in plain language. All right. Financial advice. We talked about that. You can get financial advice. Hey, if I was I'm kind of am in debt a little bit, but let me see.
You can get stuff about law too.
And it does. Okay, let's talk.
Contracting.
Can you give me a plan that will help me
Sure
get
can.
out of debt?
What's on your mind today?
I need a plan to get out of debt. I am $10,000 in debt.
Got it, Deb? Let's break it down into manageable steps. First, let's look at your income and expenses. Do you have a clear picture of your monthly budget? Knowing where your money goes can help identify areas
Don't
to cut
this sound
back.
like me?
Second, let's prioritize your debts. Do you know the
Definitely.
interest rates on your debts? It might make sense to tackle the highest interest rate first, debt avalanche, or the smallest balance first, debt snowball.
So you got it. You could, and it'll go on and out. I mean, I cut it off, but yeah, it's a whole bunch of stuff here, right? It'll give you all this information about how you can set it up. And if you needed to set up a budget, you could continue. Great, great. I want to use whatever plan, avalanche plan or debt snowball. I need a budget. It's going to ask you questions, hey, how much are you making? How much are your bills? How much? You can do all of that with your Chat GPT. So, yeah, right. I mean, I know I'm a financial coach, but you got one in your hand, right? You literally do. You could get a lot of what you're trying to get accomplished done, and legal advice too. I don't know anything legal to ask now, but let me think. Let me think. Oh, I know. It's always. Wait a minute. How do I get out of a speeding ticket?
Yeah, you've got a lot on your plate.
Right.
You busy, girl.
It's the damn you trying to get out of debt and get out of a speeding ticket. This is too much.
Let me start over. How do I get out of a speeding ticket?
Getting out of a speeding ticket can be tricky, but here are some steps you might consider. 1. Stay calm and polite. When pulled over, be respectful and cooperative with the officer. Sometimes a positive attitude can make a big difference. 2. Gather information. Take note of the circumstances, such as the speed limit signs, traffic conditions, and
So you get it.
That's good. You see, Tanya put in the chat to ask about fitness goals. That was something I was thinking about because somebody asked
Okay.
me, like, what are you doing out here? I said, I'm just winging it. I just out there said, okay, I'm gonna walk and run. But no, that'll
Well,
be
what do y'all ask? Ask
let's say,
how to
what,
lose 10 pounds or something, or gain 10
or
pounds, or
maybe what's a good balance between walking and running? What's a good plan for, like, or building up to running, because people start out walking and, transitioning into running could be,
yeah,
interesting.
you could ask it for a plan to train you for a marathon,
Ooh.
right? Maybe a 5K or something, and I'm sure it would give you the information that you need. Yeah, you can also, now this is one that Love might like, language assistance. It can help you with translation.
Ooh, I need that.
So,
Because
so
you
if
know
you
they be
wanted
speaking
to,
in different languages when you're around because they think you'll understand. They don't know that you know the language, but you just be.
yeah, I find I love speak Spanish, but I don't speak Spanish. So, so if you were someplace and you wanted to, translate something to somebody else, right? Maybe they speak Spanish. Maybe you're in Mexico on vacation. Okay. And you want to I don't know, say this in Spanish. Give me something to eat in Spanish.
Just say, maybe say, um, where can I find a place to eat breakfast?
thinking about how to phrase something. Are you working on a new podcast intro? Or maybe draft?
You too smart.
Wait, I'm telling you, yours and gone on. They take you to her weekly assignments.
How do you say I want chicken and fish in Spanish?
You would say, quiero pollo y pescado in Spanish.
Was that right, Love?
That is correct.
All right. So yeah, you can use it. You can definitely use it for that. We talked about educational support. If you were in college or if your kids are in school, you can get tutoring and homework help for your students. Definitely important in underserved areas, which minority communities, a lot of times we don't have access or we may not have the resources, right? For tutoring, you can use it for that. How about job search? How about somebody
Yes.
writing your resume? How
Listen,
about interview preparation, right? Hey, I have an interview
So many.
coming up. Give me some test questions so that I can practice answering with you,
that's good.
right? Who want to try that? That would be good to try because a lot of people might be looking for jobs that watch this.
That sounds
Mm.
good. That sounds good. So you said, let me see. Let me see if I can do that one.
Yeah, do that
Come
one.
on, Carmenita.
Can you help me with interview questions? Maybe I hit the wrong thing.
Did you hit the headphone? The little headphone next
Okay,
to
I
it.
got the headphone. Okay, here we go. Can you help me with interview questions?
Sure. Are you looking for questions to ask in an interview or questions you might be asked?
Questions
Also,
I might
what
be
kind of job
asked.
or industry is this for?
Questions I might be asked in accounting.
Got it. For accounting positions, you can expect questions that assess your technical skills, experience, and how you handle various accounting tasks. Here are a few examples. 1. Can you explain the different types of financial statements and their purposes? 2. How do you ensure accuracy in your work? 3. Can you describe a time when you identified and resolved a discrepancy in an account? 4. How do you stay updated with changes in accounting regulations? 5. Can you walk me through your experience with accounting software? Does this help, or do you need more specific questions?
It helps. Thank you so much.
Ooh,
Yes.
wait.
So yeah, and I think I'm sure you could take it further. Oh, role play. That's the word. Let's see. Can you help me role play an interview
Sure,
I
Deb.
had?
What would you like to chat about today? Anything specific on your mind?
I want to role play an interview for an HR director role.
That sounds like a great idea. Let's get started. I'll be the interviewer. Good morning, Deb. Thank you for coming in today. Let's start with you telling us a bit about yourself and your experience in HR. Your turn.
I don't interview well. I have a lot of experience in HR. I have been in HR 25 years in various roles of leadership, and I love people.
That's a great start, Deb. Let me help you refine that a bit and add some confidence to your answer. Good morning, Deb. Thank you for coming in today. Let's start with you telling us a bit about yourself and your experience in HR. Good morning, and thank you for having me. I have over 25 years of experience in human resources, having held various leadership roles throughout my career. My passion for HR comes from my love for people and my commitment to fostering a positive and productive work environment. Over the years, I've developed strong skills in talent management, employee relations, and organizational development. I'm excited about the opportunity to bring my experience and enthusiasm to your team. How does that feel?
Listen, okay, baby.
Game changer.
She took that from, you know what I'm saying? Like, she took that from, like, the zero to the hero. Like, you was like,
See?
So,
I was in there like, you were
Can I put that in my
amazing
pocket
HR director.
put it in my pocket with my bud in my ear so I can
Right.
hear and he can help me answer the
Thank you
question.
oh my gosh. So as you can see, ladies, and we really just scratched the surface tonight. But I hope it was a good introduction. I really just wanted to kind of get us out of the what's that mode to
That's good. Listen, I was like, now you asked about HR. I'm like, I want to know what's the current trends that event planners need to know for successfully planning and landing weddings. Because
I mean,
whew,
you should go on and ask it. Let's hear it. Let's all hear it.
let's see.
Because at least here we're gonna get over our fear.
Hello, I have a question.
Absolutely. Feel free to ask your question.
What are the current trends that an event planner needs to know for landing and successfully planning another person's wedding?
Current trends in wedding planning include personalized experiences, eco-friendly options, and smaller, intimate gatherings. Couples are also favoring unique venues, digital invitations, and sustainable decor. Additionally, there's a growing interest in non-traditional attire and incorporating cultural elements. Keeping up with these trends can help an event planner successfully create memorable weddings. Do you have a specific aspect of wedding planning you're interested in learning more about?
No, thank you.
So when you personalize your chat GPT,
It's gonna get deep, girl.
it'll
But
get,
listen,
it'll go further in because you can tell it, hey, I do these
I'm
kind of
like, what's the
weddings.
colors?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? What type of flowers?
yeah,
Because it's important. Like,
yeah,
one of the biggest things in coming in, that was a major challenge for wedding planners was do it yourself.
yeah,
DIY. Everybody based on Pinterest was like, I can be an event planner. And then you
yeah,
come in and you like, okay, but have you done this and this and this and this? There was a lot of holes in it. So
yeah.
So it's good to understand what those current trends are so you can be very successful in speaking to, what I'm saying, current brides, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
today, because we
Yeah.
gotta land some contracts. So
Yeah.
that was a good answer. I can't wait to
To dig in.
I can't wait listen, I gotta tell my favorite color, my favorite flower. Listen.
Yes. All right. So yeah, we're gonna get close to ending, but I did want to show you see here if I can do this before I say I'm gonna do it. Okay. I was gonna share my screen. Okay. All right. So you may not be able to see it really well. I don't know. But this is my desktop chat GPT. All right. And so once whatever sign in you use on your phone or whatever, it'll translate on the desktop also. Um, I'm not gonna where's my thing over here? Um, yeah, so as you can see, I have a lot of conversations. This is where you can customize, right, your chat GPT. We were talking about that. You can put in your custom instructions. How would you like it to respond? And I have some apps included in there that I use for pictures. We didn't get into the pictures. That might be another class, but Dolly is an app that I use for pictures. And so if we wanted to do a picture, let me do a quick one. Generate, I'm just going to do some quick. Generate a picture. I need to spell it right first. Generate a picture, an image of a lady in the rain. How about that? Let's just keep it simple.
Okay.
Right. And so, I've always, for presentations that I've done, people ask me because they know I'm not gifted in this area, but I'm a very visual person. And so what ChatGPT helps me do is really put some of those images. Look at that.
Oh, that's
Right.
nice.
Yeah, so it's not perfect. I will tell you that the pictures aren't always perfect, but as you can see, right, if you were doing a presentation and you just needed a quick something, there you go. 2 images of somebody in the rain, and down here, the little circle thing you can regenerate, which means, I need something else. I don't quite like those.
I don't like that.
So give me another one. Give me another image of a lady in the rain, and it's going to do just that. All right, so they didn't change that much, but yeah. Now the ones that I had at first are right here. All right, so those were the first images I had. Looks like they changed the code a little bit and did whatever. All
I
right,
like that they put her in heels.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like
So
that
now,
they put her in heels.
now my prompt was very simple: generate an image of a lady in the rain. But you could go into detail. You could say, generate an image of an African American woman or a Black woman with heels, dressed to the nines or whatever.
After 5 attire with the
Yeah. So you could definitely do that. It's just how you just how you talk to your chat, right? How you communicate. But you can I could go on and on, but I did want to show you out a screen. I do have, so there are two. I have a paid version. There is, I think it's called 3.5, the free version. All right. So the difference in the two, the paid version tends to give a little more detail, and they're always changing this. So I think maybe 4 is the old one, and maybe 4.0 is the new one. So I think that's maybe the old one. All right. So um I'm trying to think of a prompt now. Oh, I know. Give a brief history on President Biden Biden's last 40 days. How about that?
Okay.
All right, let's see what it comes up with. I guess it's like he ain't done nothing. I don't know. Let me stop. This is not political. So, and that's one thing. Sometimes the free version will be a little slower. Don't be discouraged, right? Because I think there's like they kind of, if too many people are on at once, it might operate a little slower. That's really what it is. All right. So we got 5 days. He gave us some of the things: support for Ukraine, environmental, judicial appointments, handling COVID, meeting with global leaders. All right. So I'm going to take this same question and see if it's any different if we did it in the paid version, because I really don't know. I actually don't know. I need to do a new chat. So we'll see. We'll see if it's any different. Let's see. So it tells us to search 3 sites. So that might be the difference. Gives you a little more information. Yeah, it has some references there. NATO summit. So slightly different, right? Campaign decisions, policy announcements, gun violence, legislative, etc. So I did that just so you get an idea, right? That compared to, yeah, the freer version. So you still get a good amount of information. That's my point. You still get a good amount of information. So if you don't want to, pay for the paid version, you can still get quite a bit from the free version. And so I encourage everyone, I really do. I encourage you to go get it, right? Either download it on your phone or go to the website. I think it's openai.com. I think that's what it's called, to get to the free version. I'm doing it now. AI.com. Yeah, that's the website. All right. And you can access ChatGPT from your desktop. Yeah, go play with it. Go ask questions, go talk to it. If you got the app, like these two ladies have the app, look, go customize your app, go have some conversation, tell it about yourself, right? Tell it what you do, hey, what you're trying to do. One of the things I told my chat was, hey, I'm building a coaching business. And so I'm telling you, whenever I ask it something, and if it's not just a clear, direct answer that it needs to give me, it'll always suggest, hey, what are you doing today for your did you think about doing XYZ? And so, yeah, but more than that, this is getting us accustomed, right, to prompting. Right, to prompting with ChatGPT. These are prompts that we're doing. When we ask it to role play is the prompt, right? Where you can go back and forth with it. You can also ask it to be in this role, act as a professor, right? I have a ChatGPT that I asked to be a professor of archaeology. Don't ask. I'm interested. And so, and so when I ask questions, it gives me information connected to that, right? I can ask it about, recent digs. And anyway, I won't get too deep into that, but you get the picture, right? So go ahead and play with it. Ladies, what do you think? What do you think? Did you get anything out of today?
I got a lot out of it. I think what you did today was just kind of wet the palate, build up the excitement. It's one thing hearing people talk about Chat GPT, but it's another thing actually trying it. And the idea of going back and personalizing it. And I love it where it says hello Deb, so I can't wait for my phone to be like hello love. I mean, it's almost like you're talking to a friend, right? Like you're on the phone with somebody, So I think for me, I'll get more excited about it the more I use it. I like the idea that, Cormanita says it's, like I have something I'm trying to research. I've put a skeleton together, but I'm getting short on time. Give me some tips or some tidbit of information to help enhance what I've already built. I think one of the challenges that people have with it is thinking about the fact of fully relying on it. You in the conference I came from, people were talking about the concerns of children not thinking anymore, that they just ask Chat GPT and now they don't think and they don't know how to research and things like that. So just beginning to help people understand that it's a balance, that you should have a healthy mental space in interest and for yourself, and not just fully rely on ChatGPT, that you use it as an enhancement of the levels you've already built, you know. So I like that. I'm excited. I'm excited about it.
Love, that was my issue with it. Is just to make sure that I'm still doing what I'm supposed to and not totally rely on that for my research. Get out there and do some things for myself. But I do like the fact that, I can speak to it. I can, fill in, the bones of something, and then fill it out, go in with my own stuff and fill it out. It has definitely been a time saver.
Yes.
I know when I was doing my lives on, my daily beauty affirmations, I just put in, give me beauty affirmations. And it was just as simple as that. I just typed that in and there it go. But now with the voice part, that just seals it for me. I'm ready to have some fun now.
Listen, people can be trying to call us and they're gonna be like, girl, I couldn't get through. I was talking to ChatGPT, girl, call me later.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And the concerns are valid, right? And let me just put this disclaimer out there, right? It's not 100% correct.
Exactly.
Right.
So you
It's
need to
full
check
of
your
information.
responses.
Yeah, so
Check
you
your
you
information.
definitely want to, check your responses. And I think that's where the credibility comes from, because if you're an expert, in your field, I'm in finances. Look, if I give a crazy answer, I'm gonna know it's a crazy answer. So we do still need to be educated. But the truth of the matter is, it's here. Our
Yeah,
kids
it's
are
going
using
nowhere.
it. It's in colleges. It's here.
Yeah.
And so the best thing we can do for ourselves is understand it and learn it and know how it works, so that we can be able to recognize. Now, I will tell you this also, Amazon already, when, because people can self-publish on Amazon, they have AI detection now for people, so that when people upload books, because you may have heard early on in ChatGPT people saying they wrote their whole book in ChatGPT. Okay, just like anything, there's a pattern that we probably don't recognize with our naked eyes that another machine can pick up on. And so they have a way now to check and verify whether your book is original. I think it has to be no more than 30% chat GPT or AI. Let me put it that way. AI. Right. And so the technology is here. I think that we can use it for good, right? Some will use it for evil. Oh man, but we can use it for good. And let me tell you, you can use it for Bibles. Y'all, I use it for Bible study. I
Yeah.
use it, hey, give me, because, I'm all into the Hebrew Greek stuff. And, hey, give me the Hebrew definition of this word, pronounce this word for me, etc. There are good uses. All right. And so I just wanted to encourage everybody that's watching, and you guys definitely to try it out. Let's use it. We might have another class. I mean, this wasn't really a class. This was a discussion. But but we can definitely get more into it, because you can have, there's a lot of things you can have, really. I'm not going to mention it, but it's a lot of different options, a lot of different things you can do with it that can help you. And, we didn't even talk about it, but it can definitely help you write an email.
Ooh, we need that.
Like
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I need ChatGPT to just do my whole email marketing. Okay.
Yes,
Because
yes.
what honestly what they said at the conference, we didn't use ChatGPT. That's our virtual personal assistant.
It
Okay.
is.
I
Mhm.
need a virtual personal assistant to assist me with all of these to-do lists. Okay. Because in all actuality, even as an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur who also works a full-time job.
Right.
So it's not that you don't want to post 7 times. It's not that you don't want to send everybody an email, once a week. You trying to figure out, when do I have time to do it? So figuring out how this tool you gave us can help balance that, can give us a leg up, or give us even a skeleton. If I can come to it and all I got to do is kind of read it and get it in my own language, that is a lot faster than me sitting here and trying to think of what do I need to say to the people who are attached to my voice this week.
Yeah.
You know, I think so I'm excited about it. I'm behind the eight ball. I won't lie.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
so
yeah,
excited.
definitely test it out, and you're right. I do have it help me with emails, and I say help because yeah, you're gonna have to go back and edit it. It's in compute. It comes across kind of weird sometimes, but
Right,
you definitely get some high points, right, that you
right.
can use, and you can definitely get ideas. And that's another thing. You can, if you're brainstorming, you can get with your chat GPT and say, hey, I need to brainstorm some ideas on whatever, right? Maybe it's on a workshop, right? I need to brainstorm. So let's do this. Gonna be our last event.
Yeah. Let's do that one.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's do that one. Yeah, because that would be a good one.
What do you
Uh,
want to do a workshop on, Deb?
I don't know. That's why I'm brainstorming.
Oh, it's going. Oh, okay. Okay.
That's what I'm gonna give it. Hold on, let's see.
Okay.
Can you brainstorm some ideas with me on a workshop for my business?
Sure, Deb. Let's brainstorm some ideas for a workshop that aligns with your goals. Here are a few concepts to get us started. 1. Faith-based financial planning. A workshop that integrates spiritual principles with practical financial planning strategies. You could cover topics like budgeting, saving, and investing, while also discussing how faith can guide financial decisions. 2. Overcoming financial fears and limiting beliefs. Focus on identifying and overcoming the psychological barriers that prevent people from managing their finances effectively. This could include activities and discussions on common fears and how to reframe them with a positive mindset. 3. Building wealth through generosity. Explore how generosity and charitable giving can play a role in personal finance.
That's actually a
You
good
could
one.
include guest speakers who have seen financial growth through their generous actions and offer practical advice on incorporating giving into financial plans. 4. Money management for families. Tailor a workshop specifically for families, teaching parents how to manage finances effectively and set a good example for their children.
That was good.
That was really good.
So, if I was going to use any of that, or if I wanted to use any of that, because I have it here, I could go back to her and say, you know what, I like the one on. Let's see, which one did I like
The generosity. I thought
on
that was good.
generosity? Yeah, building wealth through generosity. Okay, let's hold on. Let's ask it to. I don't know if it'll go back. Can you elaborate on specific high points I could cover in that workshop regarding building generosity? Building wealth through generosity.
Absolutely, Deb. Here are some high points you could cover in a workshop focused on building wealth through generosity. 1. Introduction to generosity and wealth. Discuss the concept of generosity and its connection to wealth. Present statistics and studies that show the positive impact of generosity on financial success and personal well-being. 2. The spiritual and psychological benefits of generosity. Explore how generosity aligns with faith principles and teachings. Highlight the psychological benefits, such as increased happiness, reduced stress, and a sense of purpose. 3. Personal stories and case studies. Share real life examples of individuals and families who have built wealth through generous actions. Invite guest speakers who can testify to the positive impact of generosity on their financial journeys. 4. Incorporating generosity into financial planning. Teach practical ways to integrate charitable giving into personal budgets. Discuss different methods of giving, such as regular donations, tithing, and volunteering time or skills. 5. Tax benefits and incentives. Explain the tax advantages of charitable giving, including deductions and credits.
So, yeah,
That I love that
yeah.
because it
Yes.
and it it gave you like you got the highlights. Now you just go back and say, okay, I
Mhm.
got I got the highlight now. Formulating and creating the program around that is
Yes.
man.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's a real live example, and I've done that. I've done that. I've taken some ideas. I brainstormed with ChatGPT, taken some ideas, drilled down on it. So that's what I really wanted to show you, that you can drill down on it in that same chat, right? So while you're chatting, it gives you all these ideas. Hey, I like this one. Give me more about that, and it'll give you more. We could go further with that. I could go back and say, hey, I like the points you made. Can you give me some biblical scriptures associated with each of those points? Or can you give me quotes from famous individuals on each of those points? Or can you give me, as you see, it could go on and on and on until you get enough, right, to build what you're trying to build. So it's not going to take the place of anything. You still going to have to put it together.
Gotta think about it.
You still are going to have to, put it into your own words and put your own personality around it. But you can see how much time it could save you, right? Because I could have got that information. I could get it through Google. I could get it. But
not that fast, though.
Not that fast, right? 30
Right.
seconds, I couldn't have got it that fast,
That's right.
And so those are some of the things. So anyway, I didn't intend for this to be an hour long, but I wanted to I'm putting the phone way over there. I wanted to give you guys I really wanted to give you a good picture of the possibilities, right? And hopefully I did, hopefully we did, all of us, whet your appetite a little bit to explore it. ChatGPT is just one. There's another one out there that I use sometimes called Perplexity. There's a bunch of others. There's a bunch of others, but those are the two that I use. The Perplexity one is really good about giving you references for the information. So sometimes, you want to know where to get this from, okay? Because
so you can cite it.
Yes.
So you can cite it. The idea is that when you do research, right? Research, when you're researching somebody else's, thoughts or whatever, and it doesn't make sense to take it from your own when you didn't come up with it. But it allows you to cite it and use it as a basis to support a thought that you had, an original thought you had, supported by someone else's, depth of knowledge, or so.
And it's a fact checker, right? Because again, it's not 100%. I want to say that because it is not 100. Everything you get out of this thing is not 100% right. So you definitely want to make sure that you still are doing your homework, right? And validating the information. That's one way, right? You can, and you could ask ChatGPT to give you references too, but Perplexity usually just gives it to you, while you're asking it questions. So yeah. Anyway, ladies, any final thoughts? Because we're going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I appreciate it. It's always more fun with friends.
Yes.
Deb, I'll say for me, if I'm to encourage even myself or someone else, I just say don't fear it. Jump in, play with it, get acquainted with it. It's not going anywhere. It is the future. This is the direction that we're moving. We don't want to be behind or left out because we choose not to get in the game. You cannot make a difference. You cannot see how it's going to make a difference, not only for you, but for those that you are called to if you're outside of the game. This is where we're going. So let's just jump in. Like you said, it's not 100%. But I think the more we use it, the more comfortable we'll be able to be with it. And I think we'll understand how it benefits us personally and individually, is what I'll say.
I feel it is definitely a confidence booster. I love the interaction with the role playing, with the interview situation. As I sat here, I was thinking, you know what? I can role play speaking with the customer and having a consultation. It's so many areas we can go with this. So I'm really looking forward to, and I hope you are as well, looking forward to just bringing out every aspect of it that will make you better.
All right. Well, thanks, ladies. Do we need a part 2? We can go in depth.
I think we need a part 2. We need to Carmenita. See, we came in behind Deb. Deb already got the personalized best friend ChatGPT. So me and Cormanita, we need to have, first of all, a tutorial session behind the scenes on how to get our ChatGPT friend. And then when we come on here, we're going to be looking professional like Deb over here, where the one that just, knows her favorite color and what she's thinking about when she's dreaming and all of that stuff. So,
Well, I'm a single woman, so sometimes I just need somebody to talk to. Hey,
talk to.
just calling it.
You a single woman and I'm an empty nester and a single woman. Listen. Okay.
Look, I'm at night. What you doing?
I don't know about all of that, but y'all can keep all of that.
Carmenita, listen, don't be outside again. We need to be talking to somebody. It's better than talking to the walls now. People thinking we crazy. Walking around talking to ourselves.
That's why we got to get outside. I'm so sorry. Balance, ladies, balance.
Damn, you see how Carmenita said get out the house? That's what she said. Okay.
I know, child. But even when I'm out the house, I'm like, you know what I just saw?
See, her best friend with her all the time. Okay.
Hold up, I think I'm getting jealous.
That ChatGPT gonna say, damn, who was that? Who are you talking to?
Oh, you know what? Stop. We're going to stop that right there.
Now we're talking Terminator. Now we're talking Terminator.
I might have to do some terminating.
All right. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much. Thanks, Tanya, for being here. Next time, if you're watching this on replay, if you'd like to join next time, because you can, let me know. Maybe next time I'll drop the link in the comments. But yeah, next time we have a class, you are more than welcome to get on screen and try things out with us. I think, actually doing it is the best way to learn. That's why I wanted them to have theirs ready so that they could work with me. But next time, Tanya, if you're available, yeah, come on screen, get yours downloaded, and let's do it. Let's do it. Yes, I want to be in on the next one. Cool. And anyone else, just let me know. So until next time, y'all, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for listening to the replay, if you're listening to the replay, and we will catch you next time. Take care.